Seniors, never drink this after 6 p.m. It silently destroys your heart while you sleep. As we grow older, we often become more mindful of our diets, medications, and daily routines. We begin to understand that our choices, especially in the evening, play a crucial role in how well we sleep, how healthy our hearts remain, and how much vitality we wake up with the next morning. Yet, there's one habit that quietly escapes the radar of many seniors: a simple drink after dinner. Often chosen out of comfort or tradition, that could be doing more harm than good. This habit? Consuming beverages that contain caffeine after 6 p.m. It may sound harmless: a cup of tea, a glass of cola, or a bit of hot chocolate before bed. But for seniors, the effects of these choices can be far more serious than they might appear. The silent, nightly damage they can do to your heart is real, and it adds up over time. Today, we're going to uncover why these drinks are so dangerous, how they affect the aging heart during your most vulnerable hours, while you sleep, and what healthier alternatives you can turn to instead. If you're over 60, or caring for someone who is, this could be one of the most important health messages you hear all year. Your heart is an extraordinary machine. It beats over 100.000 times per day without ever taking a break. It pumps blood to your brain, your organs, your limbs, keeping every part of you alive. But as we age, that machine starts to show signs of wear. Arteries stiffen, blood vessels become narrower, and the heart's electrical signals may become less stable, sometimes leading to irregular heart rhythms. On top of that, sleep becomes more fragile. What used to be a deep, restorative rest turns into lighter, more interrupted sleep. The heart doesn't get the recovery time it once did. Now imagine adding something to that system that stimulates it right before you go to bed. Caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant. It increases alertness, speeds up your heart rate, and constricts your blood vessels. That might be great in the morning when you're trying to wake up. But at night, especially after 6 p.m., it can set off a chain of effects that overwork your aging heart and leave it vulnerable while you're asleep. When a senior drinks caffeine in the evening, the effects can linger long into the night. In younger adults, caffeine may take 4 to 6 hours to leave the system. But in older adults, metabolism slows down, and the effects can persist for 8, even 10 hours. That means a cup of tea or coffee at 6:30 p.m. could still be interfering with your heart and brain well past midnight. What does this mean for your heart? First, caffeine increases your heart rate and blood pressure. It can create a low-level, sustained tension in your cardiovascular system. That's not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. During sleep, your heart is supposed to slow down. Your blood pressure should dip, and your body should enter a state of deep recovery. Caffeine robs you of that. Instead of rest, your heart stays alert. Instead of recovery, there is silent strain. Second, caffeine can trigger arrhythmias, or irregular heartbeats, especially in people who already have some form of heart disease or high blood pressure. For a senior, this can be not only uncomfortable but frightening and even life-threatening over time. Third, caffeine disrupts sleep. This alone has a serious ripple effect on your cardiovascular health. Studies show that poor sleep increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and heart failure. When you don't sleep deeply, your body releases more stress hormones. Inflammation increases, blood vessels stay tense, your heart keeps pumping harder than it should. And all of this may have started with a seemingly innocent decision, a hot beverage after dinner. So what are the common culprits? It's not just coffee. The hidden caffeine in many popular evening drinks surprises most people. Black tea and green tea contain enough caffeine to stimulate your heart for hours. Even decaf coffee still contains about 5 to 15 milligrams of caffeine per cup, enough to affect a sensitive senior system. Hot chocolate contains caffeine, too, along with sugar, which can spike blood pressure. Cola, diet soda, energy drinks, even certain flavored waters, all can secretly load your body with caffeine and sugar at the worst time of day. Why do so many seniors still consume these drinks after 6 p.m.? Often, it's habit. For decades, a hot cup of tea after dinner might have been part of a nightly routine. Or maybe it's for comfort, to calm nerves or warm up before bed. Unfortunately, the very thing that brings a sense of relaxation can be quietly stealing your heart's resilience. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up your evening ritual. You just need to choose better options. Instead of black tea, reach for chamomile tea, which is naturally caffeine-free and actually promotes better sleep. If you enjoy something sweet, try warm almond milk with a pinch of cinnamon, a comforting, heart-healthy drink that soothes without stimulating. For those who love tea, rooibos is a great alternative, rich in antioxidants but completely free of caffeine. And if you want to keep your digestion healthy while relaxing, peppermint tea or lemon balm tea are excellent choices. There's also the beautiful ritual of drinking golden milk, a warm blend of turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and non-dairy milk. Not only is it anti-inflammatory, but it also calms the nervous system and supports heart health. Making this one simple switch, avoiding caffeine after 6 p.m., could mean deeper sleep, steadier heart rhythms, lower nighttime blood pressure, and even a reduced risk of stroke or heart failure. In fact, many seniors report feeling significantly better just days after changing this habit. They sleep more soundly, they wake up with more energy, their heart palpitations reduce, they feel calmer, and over time, this nightly change adds up to years of stronger, healthier living. Let's not underestimate the power of small choices. Every evening, you're given the chance to support your heart or strain it. By simply swapping your post-dinner beverage, you may be giving your heart the best gift of all, a peaceful, restorative night. So tonight, before you reach for that teacup or pour that hot drink, pause. Ask yourself, is this serving my heart? Or is it silently working against it? Your heart has served you for decades. Now it's your turn to serve it well. Choose rest. Choose peace. Choose life. If you feel like you're in the final chapter of your life, stop doing these 5 things immediately. Aging is inevitable, but the way we approach our later years makes all the difference between a life of quiet despair and one of peace, dignity, and meaning. As we grow older, especially into our 70s, 80s, or even 90s, it's easy to fall into habits, mental, emotional, or physical, that slowly drain our energy, hope, and joy. Many seniors begin to feel like they're merely existing, not truly living. But here's the truth, every moment still counts. And it's never too late to make your time here rich with comfort, clarity, and connection. If you feel like you're nearing the final stage of life, take heart. You still have immense power to shape your emotional well-being and physical comfort. But to move forward in peace, you must let go of certain burdens. Here are 5 things you must stop doing immediately if you want to find serenity and meaning in your remaining years. 1. Stop dwelling on regrets and past mistakes. It's natural to look back on a long life filled with choices, some of which may not have turned out the way you hoped. Perhaps there were words you never said, relationships you lost, or paths you didn't take. But living in the shadows of yesterday prevents you from embracing today. Regret serves no one, least of all yourself. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can choose how you live in the present. Instead of ruminating on what went wrong, reflect on what you've learned. Your experiences, no matter how painful, have shaped your wisdom. Use that wisdom to forgive yourself. Letting go of guilt and shame is one of the most liberating gifts you can give yourself at this stage of life. 2. Stop isolating yourself emotionally. Loneliness can be one of the most destructive forces in old age, not just emotionally, but physically. Seniors who emotionally withdraw often suffer more from depression, cognitive decline, and even cardiovascular issues. It's easy to believe that no one wants to hear your thoughts or understand your emotions anymore, especially when friends or loved ones have passed on or moved away. But isolation isn't the answer. Reach out, join a club, attend community events, or even try connecting with people online. Volunteer if you're able, and if mobility is limited, invite others into your world with stories, phone calls, or letters. Human connection, at any age, is essential to vitality. 3. Stop comparing your aging process to others. You may look at friends, siblings, or even celebrities and feel a sting of envy or inadequacy. Maybe someone your age is still hiking mountains while you struggle to get up the stairs. Or perhaps someone else is surrounded by family while you're often alone. But aging isn't a competition. Each body, each life, and each journey is unique. When you compare your reality to someone else's highlight reel, you invite unnecessary sadness into your life. Instead, honor your path, celebrate your endurance, your resilience, and the quiet victories that no one sees. Remember, there's no single, right way to grow old. 4. Stop hoarding physical and emotional clutter. Many people in later years cling to objects, memories, or emotions that no longer serve them. Old clothes, broken furniture, unresolved conflicts, or even long-harbored grudges can become emotional weights that hold you back. You might tell yourself, "I'll need this one day," or "I can't let this go yet." But these things often crowd your space and spirit. Simplify your life. Clean out a drawer, a closet, or even just your heart. Make peace with the people and moments that hurt you. Freeing up space makes room for clarity, peace, and even new joys. Let go, not because the past didn't matter, but because you deserve to feel light and free now. 5. Stop believing that it's too late for joy. Perhaps the most dangerous mindset to adopt in your later years is the belief that happiness is behind you. This belief is a quiet thief. It steals the colors from your days and convinces you that all you have left is to wait. But nothing could be further from the truth. There are still books you haven't read, songs you haven't heard, conversations you haven't had, and sunsets you haven't watched. Joy is not a prize reserved for the young. It is available to the present-minded, the hopeful-hearted, and the soul willing to be surprised. Whether it's through nature, creativity, spirituality, humor, or love, joy is always within reach. Embrace peace, not perfection. Reaching the final chapter of life is not a sign of decline, it's a rare and sacred opportunity. A time to slow down and see clearly. A time to savor what remains and release what no longer matters. Life at this stage should not be a punishment or a prison. It should be a return to simplicity, to love, to gratitude. So if you feel like your life is winding down, don't just sit and wait for the end. Sit and open yourself to something new, peace, understanding, a deeper connection with yourself. And start by letting go of these 5 things. Because no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake, the flame of your spirit still burns bright, and it deserves to shine in freedom, dignity, and light. When you grow old and have to live alone, do these things to live meaningfully and peacefully. Aging is a natural part of life. As we grow older, we gradually witness the departure of familiar faces, the fading of youthful energy, and the quiet settling into a slower rhythm of existence. One of the greatest challenges of old age is not just declining health, but the overwhelming sense of loneliness that can accompany it. For many seniors, living alone is not a choice, it's a reality born of time. A spouse may have passed, children may live far away, and friendships might have dwindled. But solitude doesn't have to mean sadness. Living alone in your later years can be a profoundly rewarding and liberating experience, if approached with the right mindset. It's a time to reconnect with yourself, to nurture your body and spirit, and to rediscover the joys of quiet living. Here are meaningful, practical, and emotionally empowering things to do when you're living alone as a senior, to not only survive but thrive. 1. Build a personal routine anchored in purpose. Without structure, time can feel overwhelming, especially when you're alone. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do is create a daily routine that brings consistency, clarity, and comfort. Wake up at the same time each day. Start your morning with something uplifting, a walk, a prayer, light yoga, or simply a cup of tea enjoyed slowly. Include anchor activities in your day, meals at regular times, reading in the afternoon sun, tending to your garden, or calling a friend. Structure provides purpose, and purpose gives life a reason to move forward, even when there's no one else around. 2. Transform your living space into a haven. Your home isn't just where you live, it's your emotional foundation. As a senior living alone, it's vital to create an environment that feels warm, safe, and comforting. Declutter your space to reduce mental noise. Add personal touches, family photos, cozy blankets, artwork, plants, and soft lighting. Invest in comfort, a chair that supports your back, a good mattress, and safe bathroom features. Fill your space with music, natural scents, and things that make you feel you. The more peace your home offers, the less the silence feels heavy. 3. Nurture your mind through continuous learning. Age should never be a barrier to curiosity. One of the most powerful ways to avoid emotional stagnation and loneliness is to keep your mind engaged. Read books, take online courses, try puzzles or word games. Even learning how to use new technology can open doors, not only to the world but also to people. Challenge yourself to explore something new every week. Maybe it's a new recipe, a painting technique, or a historical documentary. When your mind is active, life continues to feel full and expansive. 4. Stay physically active, even in small ways. The body and mind are deeply connected. When your body moves, your mood lifts, your heart stays healthy, and your spirit feels stronger. You don't need a gym or strenuous exercise. Gentle walks, chair yoga, dancing in your living room, stretching routines, or even gardening can make a huge difference. Create a habit of moving a little every day. It's not about pushing limits, it's about telling your body, I still care for you. Staying active reinforces the idea that your life still has momentum, strength, and presence. 5. Connect emotionally, even without physical presence. Even when you live alone, you don't have to feel emotionally isolated. The human heart thrives on connection, and connection can happen through phone calls, letters, emails, or even smiling at a neighbor from your window. If possible, join a local senior center, a hobby group, or an online community. Volunteer for something meaningful. Being part of something, no matter how small, reminds you that you are still needed, still seen, still important. Reach out to loved ones regularly. Initiate conversations. Tell your story. Your wisdom is a gift, and sometimes others are just waiting for you to open the door to share it. 6. Develop an inner spiritual practice or philosophy. In the stillness of solitude, many seniors discover a deeper spiritual connection, whether through religion, meditation, mindfulness, or personal reflection. This doesn't have to be formal or rigid. It could be sitting quietly at sunrise, writing your thoughts in a journal, or expressing gratitude each night before bed. Spirituality, in any form, brings peace. It softens regret, heals old wounds, and strengthens your sense of self. When the noise of life fades, the whisper of your soul becomes louder and more precious. 7. Embrace technology as a bridge, not a barrier. Don't let fear of technology isolate you. Learn how to use a smartphone or tablet to video call your children, send messages, watch inspiring content, or join online communities. There are countless resources online specifically designed for seniors, and once you become familiar, you'll find it empowering, not intimidating. Technology isn't just about screens, it's about connecting, discovering, and staying engaged with the ever-evolving world. 8. Practice gratitude to transform loneliness into peace. It may sound simple, but gratitude can shift your entire perspective. Instead of focusing on what's missing, a lost spouse, distant children, fading health, focus on what's still present. You woke up today. You have a roof over your head. You made your favorite tea. You heard birds outside. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it gently lifts it and makes room for hope. 9. Revisit your past, but don't get stuck there. Living alone often invites memories to flood in, some sweet, some painful. It's okay to reminisce. Look through photo albums, write about your experiences, or even record voice messages sharing your life lessons for future generations. But don't live only in the past. You are still living. There is still time for new chapters, new stories, and quiet happiness. 10. Live intentionally. Create joy on purpose. Don't wait for happiness to just happen. Create it. Light a candle at dinner. Wear your favorite sweater. Dance to music from your youth. Plant a flower. Bake a cake. Laugh out loud at a silly TV show. You are not waiting to die, you are still alive. Make each day a soft celebration of that fact. Alone doesn't mean abandoned, it means rediscovered. Living alone in old age is not a punishment. It's not a tragedy. It is a chapter, and like all chapters, it can be beautiful, peaceful, and rich in meaning. You still matter. You still have so much to give, to the world, to others, and most of all, to yourself. Don't waste this quiet time regretting the noise that's gone. Instead, listen, really listen, to the gentle voice inside you. That voice is wise. That voice is whole. That voice is ready to guide you into a deeply fulfilling season of life. You are not just growing old, you are growing into yourself. And in that, there is profound beauty.
10 ugly habits you should avoid in old age for a graceful and fulfilling life. Aging is a privilege. Not everyone is lucky enough to experience. The later stages of life, often referred to as the twilight years, can be some of the most enriching and meaningful if approached with wisdom, dignity, and grace. However, this phase can also be fraught with emotional challenges, physical limitations, and social shifts that push many elderly people into patterns of behavior that are detrimental to both themselves and their relationships with others. Contrary to popular belief, aging gracefully is not merely about physical appearance or health. It is largely about mindset, how you choose to carry yourself, how you treat others, and how open you remain to life despite your years. Unfortunately, many people fall into certain habits as they age, habits that isolate them, create resentment, or foster negativity. These behaviors, while common, are not inevitable. Recognizing and consciously avoiding them is the key to living a life that is not just long, but also fulfilling and respected. Below are 10 toxic habits that older adults should strive to avoid to ensure that their golden years remain truly golden, not just in length, but in quality. 1. Constant complaining. While it's normal to experience physical discomfort or to feel nostalgic about the past, constant complaining serves no one, not you, and not the people around you. Chronic negativity drains emotional energy and can push away even the most devoted family members or friends. People want to be around those who uplift them, not those who consistently pull them into a sea of complaints about health, politics, or how things used to be better. Embrace gratitude as a daily practice. It transforms your worldview and invites more joy into your life. 2. Trying to control your children's lives. Many elderly individuals fall into the trap of trying to dictate the choices and lifestyles of their adult children or grandchildren. While your advice and experience are valuable, it's important to offer guidance, not control. Each generation faces a unique set of circumstances, and your role is to support and encourage, not criticize and impose. Controlling behavior often leads to resentment and strained relationships. Let your children live their lives and be there as a compassionate, understanding presence when they seek your wisdom. 3. Hoarding money out of fear. It's wise to manage your finances prudently, but hoarding money out of fear or mistrust can rob you of a comfortable retirement. You've worked hard your entire life, now is the time to enjoy it. Whether it's treating yourself to something nice, supporting your grandchildren's education, or contributing to charity, using your money purposefully can bring immense satisfaction. Don't let a scarcity mindset deny you the joy that thoughtful generosity can bring. 4. Becoming physically inactive. As people age, many begin to withdraw from physical activity. While slowing down is natural, total inactivity can accelerate aging. Movement is life. Whether it's gentle walks, tai chi, yoga, gardening, or stretching, maintaining some form of physical exercise is essential for preserving strength, balance, and mental clarity. Being active doesn't just help your body, it boosts your mood, supports better sleep, and keeps loneliness at bay. 5. Living entirely in the past. Reminiscing can be comforting, but living entirely in the past can create emotional stagnation. Often, older people fall into a pattern of endlessly reliving the good old days while dismissing the present as inferior or disappointing. This perspective can alienate younger generations and keep you from experiencing the beauty of the now. Cherish your memories, yes, but also remain open to creating new ones. 6. Social withdrawal and isolation. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous conditions for seniors, often leading to depression, cognitive decline, and even physical illness. Yet, many elderly people isolate themselves due to mobility issues, hearing loss, or fear of being a burden. It's important to make an effort to stay socially connected. Join community groups, attend local events, talk to neighbors, or even just maintain a regular phone call schedule with friends and family. Staying socially active nourishes the soul. 7. Harboring envy and bitterness. As life progresses, it's easy to compare yourself to others and feel envious of their success, health, or family closeness. But envy is a toxic emotion that corrodes your peace of mind. Instead of resenting what others have, practice appreciation for your own blessings. Celebrate the victories of others, it makes your own life richer. The more you uplift others, the more you uplift yourself. 8. Rejecting new ideas or technologies. A closed mind is an aging mind. Embracing new ideas, learning new skills, or trying out new technologies doesn't just keep you relevant, it keeps your brain young. Whether it's learning to use a smartphone, exploring new hobbies, or simply listening without judgment to new perspectives, staying mentally flexible can improve your relationships and quality of life. Remember, curiosity has no expiration date. 9. Holding on to old grudges. Grudges are emotional toxins. Carrying old anger or unresolved conflicts into old age can weigh heavily on your heart. Now is the time to release those burdens. Forgive where you can, not because the other person necessarily deserves it, but because you deserve peace. A heart free from resentment is a heart at ease. 10. Forgetting to express gratitude. Lastly, one of the most beautiful qualities in old age is a heart full of gratitude. The simple act of thanking life, people, And even yourself creates a ripple of positivity that touches everyone around you. When gratitude becomes a daily practice, bitterness fades. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate thankfulness. It is the essence of graceful aging. Growing old is a journey that every human hopes to embark upon. But reaching an old age that is filled with bitterness, complaints, and loneliness is not what we dream of. Aging should be about refinement, not deterioration. By avoiding these 10 toxic habits, you open the door to a late life filled with dignity, respect, warmth, and joy. You become someone your family looks up to, your community cherishes, and younger generations learn from. Remember, true beauty in old age comes not from wrinkle-free skin, but from a spirit that shines with wisdom, kindness, and grace. Let your later years be a light, not just for yourself, but for everyone blessed enough to walk beside you. If you're between 60 and 70 and can still do these 7 things, you are truly a rare gem. Life after 60 is often perceived as the final stage of one's journey, where the bustle of youth fades, and the days seem to move slower, calmer. For many, this is a time of reflection, of looking back on what has been built, what has been lost, and what still lies ahead in the golden years. It is a phase that tests resilience, where the body begins to demand more rest, and the mind occasionally wanders into nostalgia. Yet, within this quiet period, some individuals stand out, not for wealth or status, but for the exceptional way they embrace life with unwavering strength, clarity, and grace. These are the rare gems among us. Those who, despite the challenges of age, still shine with vitality, purpose, and peace. If you are in your 60s and can still do the following 7 things, then you are truly extraordinary. You are not merely surviving old age, you are redefining it. 1. You can still live independently and take care of yourself. One of the most valuable indicators of well-being in later life is the ability to maintain independence. Being able to cook your own meals, clean your living space, bathe and dress without assistance, and manage your personal schedule speaks volumes about your physical and mental condition. In a world where aging often brings dependency, your autonomy becomes an emblem of strength and dignity. It's not just about pride, though that plays a part, it's about quality of life. Independent seniors often report higher self-esteem and greater happiness. You know your routines, your preferences, your comforts. You don't rely on others to navigate your day. This self-sufficiency, even in small things like making your morning tea or watering the garden, is a quiet act of resistance against the narrative of decline. It is a testament to your discipline, lifestyle, and willpower over the years. 2. You maintain a regular physical activity routine. Physical vitality is often one of the first casualties of aging. But if you are still committed to a daily walk, a light jog, yoga, swimming, or even dancing, then you are not only caring for your body but also preserving your joy. Movement is more than medicine, it's a language of freedom. Regular physical activity enhances cardiovascular health, strengthens bones, improves balance, and reduces the risk of chronic illnesses. More importantly, it elevates mood, sharpens cognition, and keeps the spirit youthful. You may not run marathons, but your morning stretches or evening strolls are quiet declarations that you are still actively engaged with life and health. That mindset alone is gold. 3. You still feel passionate about life and stay curious. What makes a life rich is not merely longevity, but depth. Passion brings depth to your days. If you still feel excited to learn new things, be it reading a novel, tending to your bonsai, knitting, writing, or playing the piano, then your soul is still in full bloom. Curiosity doesn't fade with age unless we let it. To ask questions, to seek understanding, to immerse yourself in hobbies or artistic expression is to remain mentally and emotionally alive. Passion, no matter how quiet, is the compass that gives direction to every day. It fuels optimism, creativity, and a sense of fulfillment that no external wealth can provide. 4. Your memory remains sharp and your thinking is clear. Cognitive health is among the most precious assets in later life. If you can recall names, recognize faces, remember birthdays, manage your finances, or engage in thoughtful conversation, you are defying one of the most feared aspects of aging, mental decline. This clarity of thought is not accidental. It often results from years of mental exercise, balanced nutrition, active social engagement, and stress management. Perhaps you've been a lifelong reader, a keen observer, or someone who always kept their mind engaged. Whatever the reason, your sharpness is not just a personal victory, it's a gift to everyone who speaks with you, learns from you, and enjoys your company. 5. You embrace a positive and grateful attitude toward life. Optimism is not a naive denial of life's hardships. It is a brave choice to look at life with kindness despite the losses, regrets, or limitations that age might bring. If you can smile at strangers, speak kindly of your past, and find reasons to be grateful each day. You have cultivated a wisdom that transcends years. Gratitude and optimism are powerful predictors of longevity and well-being. Seniors who practice daily appreciation often have better emotional resilience, fewer physical ailments, and stronger social bonds. Your smile becomes a source of comfort. Your laughter, a gentle reminder to others that joy doesn't retire with age. 6. You adapt easily and embrace new experiences. To remain open-minded in your later years is a rare and beautiful thing. If you are willing to learn how to use a smartphone, explore the internet, try online classes, or pick up painting or meditation, you are showing that the fire of growth still burns within you. Adaptability in older adults signals a youthful mind. It bridges generations and strengthens your relevance in an ever-changing world. More than that, it shows humility and courage, the ability to say, "I don't know this yet, but I'm willing to learn." Such a mindset is what keeps you from growing old in spirit, even if the body begins to slow down. 7. You have loving, respectful relationships with family and friends. At the end of the day, relationships are what give life its deepest meaning. If you are surrounded by people who care about you, whether children, friends, neighbors, or former colleagues, you have succeeded in the most important human endeavor, connection. Maintaining warm relationships is not just about luck. It's the result of years of kindness, integrity, communication, and emotional maturity. If people want to be around you, to hear your stories, to seek your wisdom, or simply enjoy your presence, it means you've lived a life of heart and depth. Social bonds are life-giving. They provide emotional support, a sense of belonging, and often the will to keep going even when things get tough. If you have love in your life, no matter how simple, you are already rich. Aging is inevitable, but how we age is a choice that unfolds day by day. Some reach their 60s and 70s burdened by bitterness, regret, or resignation. Others, like you, radiate quiet dignity, joy, and strength. If you can still care for yourself, move your body, feed your mind, nurture your heart, and share your life with others, then you are a rare gem, a living testament that the golden years can be truly golden. Let no one tell you that aging is a decline. In your hands, it becomes a rise into wisdom, beauty, and profound meaning. Keep walking your path. You are not just aging, you are inspiring.